Welcome, and today we're going to talk about money market funds, everything about money markets. So, what's a money market fund? Imagine this. Imagine if you and me and several other people decided to pool our money together, then we decided to use that money to invest it in something, and that something gives us back our money plus interest. So, that's basically how a money market fund account operates. The only difference is that now the people who have pulled their funds together don't get to do the investing. The investing is done by a professional. And when the investor gets the money back, we sort of like share the interest. And that's when you get your money back plus your interest back. The money market funds are mainly short term in that they are used to invest in short term investments that are in less than a year. Like that professional that is going to use that money to invest it will invest it in something that matures in less than a year. They're considered to be low risk. That's why it's almost always 99.9% guaranteed that you're going to get your money back. And that's why they don't have that much high interest rate. Most money markets are operated by banks and insurance companies. Like here in Kenya, some of the insurance companies that offer money market funds are Britam Insurance, ICE Lion, Old Mutual, Sunlam. The banks are NCBA, Equity Bank. They are so many. So you have to do your research and decide which one you want to invest with. So the big question is, how can you open a money market account here in Kenya? It's very simple. Most money market accounts can be opened online, and all you need is a scanned copy of your national ID and a scanned copy of your career PIN. It actually, for most of them, they can actually be opened online. So an example, if you are interested in the ICA Lion Money Market Fund, you just search it on Google, like ICA Lion Money Market Fund. So once you go to their page, you'll be directed to a page where you have to fill out all the details like your date of birth, your career PIN, your business, how much you want, how much you plan to invest, and everything will be there. So for most of them, they can actually be opened online. So it's not something that you have to visit their offices like most circles and do some signing up, putting a signature somewhere. No, they can actually be opened online. Most of them here in Kenya. The beauty of opening an account online is that most of these platforms have online platforms, like digital platforms, where you can log in and you can see your money. They're very transparent. You can see that during this month I earned this much interest. And another interesting thing is that when you sign up and you put in your email, they usually send you statements like daily yields, how your money was invested, how much you got, how much was the daily interest that you earned during that month. So it's very, very transparent. Another thing when you're opening a money market fund account is that there's usually this minimum opening balance. It's not a fee, it's just the first amount that you have to deposit in order to invest. And for most money markets, it's between 500 and 1K. Do money market fund accounts charge you for opening an account? Nope. For the ones that I know in Kenya, like most of them, they don't charge you. They just require you to have like a minimum opening balance, and that's just it. Like for ICA Lion, it's 1K for the opening balance. And then after that, like if you want to deposit 200 bob, 100 bob, whichever amount you can deposit. So it doesn't like, the opening balance doesn't sort of like restrict you to be depositing 1,000 bob every month. And the beautiful thing is that you can always get all your money back. There's nothing like selling your shares, because there are no shares on money market funds. So let's say you deposited 20K so far and you want to like close your account, you can actually get your 20K plus the interest with nothing remaining in your account. You know, this is amazing. Like you don't have to leave them with your money, they don't have to stay with it. So that's just one interesting thing about money markets and why I love them so much. Why you should open one thing about money markets is that I consider them to be the best for emergency funds. Imagine if you're saving money, let's say in a circle, for you to access that money during an emergency, like it's just a whole procedure, just accessing your savings. You have to sign up, you have to put some signature somewhere, visit their location. But with money market funds, you can easily access your money like in less than 48 hours. In most money market accounts here in Kenya, they are the best for saving money that you really want to access. So short term goals, they are the best. By the way, when you're withdrawing and you want that money to like, you want your money back, they'll send the money back to you. If it's your bank account, you won't incur any cost. Like if it's 10K, you'll get your 10K. You don't get your 10K less the transaction charges. That's awesome, right? Yep. Are MMFs taxed? Yes, here in Kenya, all the interest that you earn from a money market fund account is subject to 15% withholding tax. Now, what does that mean? It means if you earned 100 bob as interest during that month, the money that you will be reflecting in your account will be 85 bob. 15% of your interest has been taken to KRA because they have to pay taxes. And then the other thing is that you really don't have to worry about filing for taxes. Don't even think about it because the money that's in your account has already been deducted the tax. So don't worry about anything about paying. So don't worry about paying any tax or anything like that here in Kenya, right? Let's talk about inflation. Does inflation affect your MMF? Yes, inflation affects everything. Let's say, for example, that the inflation rate is 7% and the interest that you're getting from your MMF account is 7%. You're not gaining anything. If the inflation rate is 7% and you are getting a return of 6%, you are losing money. But if the interest rate is 7% and you are getting 10% as the rate of return on your money market fund, you are gaining money. You're not losing at all. So now let's get to the interesting bit, like how much do you expect to save? How much do you expect to earn as interest and all that? So let me give you an example. One last thing before I do some calculations for you. Don't worry about doing the math. I'll do that for you. So the interest on the money market account is compounded daily, like daily, it's calculated daily. So the interest that you'll earn today is different from the interest that you'll earn tomorrow if you invest an additional amount. For example, if you invest 10K today and tomorrow you invest 200 more, that difference in the days that you invested will be taken into account when you're calculating the interest. Let's assume you have invested 10K on the 1st of August. 10K 1st of August. How much are you going to have at the end of August? That being said, let's assume you have invested 10K and the rate of return is 9.5% per annum. So how the calculation is done is that you have to take the 9.5%. Since the interest is earned daily, you divide that 9.5% by 365 days. Okay, when you do that, you will get 0.026%. That's the interest for today only. That's the interest for tomorrow. That's the interest for the day after because it's calculated daily. With 10K as your investment on 1st August and 0.026% as your rate of return of interest for that day, you will earn 2.67 bob that day with 10K. So you're going to earn 2 bob, around 3 bob for that day, like on 1st of August. Now take that 2 bob, 3 bob, multiply it by 30 days. That's the interest that you're going to earn during that month. It's going to be 78 bob. So if you invested 10K today with the rate of return at 9.5%, at the end of the month, you're going to have 78 bob additionally. So you have 10,078 shillings. Yep. Now that's not going to be the amount that's going to be in your account because remember, you have to pay the 15% withholding tax if you're in Kenya. So out of that interest, take away 15% of your interest, you will get 66.3 bob as interest for that month. That's the actual interest that you're going to see on your account. Instead of seeing 78 bob, you'll see 66.3 bob because 15% of your interest has been taken away as withholding tax. Hopefully by now you know how a money market fund operates, you know how the interest is calculated, you know some of the examples of MMFs here in Kenya. choose the one that you feel most comfortable with. You now know that here in Kenya they are subject to 15% withholding tax, that MMFs are the best for short-term savings. You can easily access your money in less than 48 hours. That's dope, right? Yeah, and MMFs are not like SACCOs. Like you see, in a SACCO, you can actually get share capital. There's this thing called dividends, yeah, and all that. You can get loans. But with money market funds, this is not possible because they are low risk and they don't have any shares. So that's it. Go out there and start saving. Start putting your emergency funds in your favorite MMF.